Hi everybody, I'm shonaannhill and I'm here with Dale OShea to introduce to you the future of cryptocurrency known as Dascoin. Lots of you may know me through what I do with spiritual development and higher conscious living promotion, and that is where this is at and why I'm so excited about it. The CEO of it is of the new paradigm, and I'm overjoyed to be here with Dale to talk about it and introduce it to you. Now, Dale has been in Dascoin since December, and he has introduced me to it very recently, and it's because I'm so, as I said, overjoyed by the prospect of it and what I see coming through it, that I'm here at a very early stage in my journey of it to introduce it to you with Dale. Now, he has been in the military for 4 years, and then after that has been in sales and marketing and online business, and has had his own travel business for 3 years, and was introduced, as I said, to Dascoin in December by a very close friend of his. So I'll let him say what he wants to say about himself, and then we'll go on and talk to you about the exciting journey that is Dascoin.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks a lot for the introduction there, Shona. It's a pleasure to have connected with Shona online and introduced her to this. I'm excited to be working with her. She's an amazing leader. From the short time that I've known her, I can see that she's got the vision, she's got a lot of potential, and she just wants to, as she said, she caught onto the vision of the CEO, Michael Matthias, which is to share prosperity to millions of people around the world. And that's why she jumped on board, because of that vision. And that was part of my journey as well. Like she said, a friend of mine introduced me. I had a lot of respect for my friend, very, very successful businessman, proven track record. He's been in business for the past 30 years. And when I got on the phone with him, and I could see, you could sort of call him a reluctant participant into the cryptocurrency space. He weren't someone I expected to be involved in the crypto space. And when I spoke to him, because he's normally investing like real things like gold, silver, precious metals, land, property. And when I spoke to him and I could see how serious he was about this, that caught my attention. And I was like, whoa, something big's happening here. So that's why I decided to put the time into doing full due diligence. And I believe, I'm fully convinced, if anyone puts the time in and does the due diligence and looks at the facts, it's impossible not to be excited and to see where this is heading. And like Shona said, it's the vision of the CEO, which is one of the most exciting things. He's not doing it for the money. He doesn't need the money. The people in the team don't need the money. They're doing it because, like, the CEO's background, he's a very successful fintech specialist. He's advised major banks like JP Morgan for the past 10 years. He witnessed a growing divide between the rich and the poor, where the banking system, the current banking system of the world, is currently serving itself and it's not serving the people. The middle class now is getting wiped out. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. And he saw back in 2014, when his vision for Dascoin was created, he saw a better way, a way to share prosperity with millions of people around the world. So that's how my journey began, by researching the team. I could go into it a bit more, but I'll put it back to you, Shona, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you introduced me to the video that introduced me to Michael Matthias and the team, and his vision and how the world has really become upside down in how it works. And he was speaking about creating things outside the box, pushing boundaries, being of the new paradigm, but also remembering our humanity in the process of that.
Yeah.
All of which are very high conscious things. And all of that together, when I saw that, my heart just went, it just expanded immense joy at just watching that video. And I just knew that this was the place to be for the grounding of the future of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And what's more telling of that is the quality of the directors and how unbiased they are, because they aren't creating it.
Yeah.
They come into it from hearing and learning about it and hearing the vision. So, and obviously they will have research to a point where nothing is unturned, no stone is unturned before they've joined it, and that as well makes it extremely exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, that was what got me, was when I looked into the caliber of people that were behind Dascoin. Like Shona said, there's these 6 board of directors. 2 of them were founders, but the majority, 4 of them, was not. They've been attracted to the vision of Michael along the way. Some of them more recently. I think their aim is to have 7. So I think there's still going to be another board member that they're going to bring on along the way. But just to give you a background of some of these people, like you've got Dr. Eberhard Weidekind. So he's the former global executive vice president of Volvo Construction Equipment. So you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar company. And he's been a top executive of different areas of Volvo for the past 2 decades. So you're talking about a very, very high-level executive. He was responsible for getting all the Volvo construction equipment on the 2nd largest television program, the Gold Rush. So on Gold Rush, you'll see all the Volvo bulldozers, all the equipment. That was he was responsible for getting that happen. So that was probably one of the biggest deals in the construction world today. So yeah, imagine the amount of due diligence he's done before planting is publicly planting. It's not something that they're doing like in the background, and there are all the events, they're speaking publicly, and there's some very powerful videos of each of the board directors explaining why they joined Dascoin and their vision for Dascoin. A few other of the board of directors, you've got Lim Sun Hook. Lim Sun Hook is known as like the Warren Buffett of the East for his investments, but he's best known for being the managing director of Compaq Computers. So a lot of you might remember Compaq in the 90s. There was a computer giant. Well, he was responsible for taking them from 30 million turnover to over $1 billion in just 7 years. Same again, you're talking about a very high level individual. These people do not need the money. You've got a very impressive woman and a hiker. She's probably got the most impressive CV that I've seen. I was going to say of a woman, but I mean like of anybody. Yeah, like she's one of the world's leading venture capitalists. So
the Angel of Business Award.
Yeah, so she is she got voted European Business Angel of the Year. So what that means is that she's an expert. She's one of the best in the world at analyzing businesses. That's what she does all day long. So when she got introduced to Dascoin, I couldn't even imagine the amount of due diligence or the amount of stuff she looked into Dascoin. And she said everything she looked for in a business: team, scalability. It's got to be scalable on a huge level for, especially if an investor. You're not going to invest in something where you can only make small amount of money. So she always looks for scalability, something that can grow to the masses. Another thing she looks for is purpose. What is the purpose? Like, there's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of crypto opportunities out there. There's a lot of ways to make money. But what's the purpose of it apart from the money? There's no higher purpose. So that's one reason why I'm so excited and passionate about Dascoin is, yeah, the money's great. We all want to be financially free. We all want to help other people become financially free. But when there's a higher purpose of helping tens of millions or hundreds of millions, they've got a vision to help billions. You've got, I think, over 2 billion people that are unbanked in the world today, that where the banks don't serve them.
7.5 billion population as well, so that's quite a big percentage, isn't it?
Yeah. So if they, as part of the ecosystem, as it expands, if they have a way where they can serve the unbanked 2.2 billion people, that is a lot of lives that can be changed. And it's exciting. It's exciting that it's early, even though the company's been around for a few years. It's still early. Nobody knows about it. We're coming up now to an exciting time next month, coming up to the launch. So yeah, it's exciting. One other person I'd like to mention as well, and a bit about Anna Hiker. So yeah, she's a business angel, but she's an advisor to like the president of Poland, to the top people in Poland to help the economy. And she's pretty famous in Poland because she's one of the, what's my alarm, 1 second. She's a dragon on the TV show Dragon's Den. So in Poland, like, everybody knows who Anna Hiker is. And the fourth board of director is someone called Hatom Vin. Now, he was an ex-advisor to the White House, advises the US presidents. He is an advisor to the World Bank, and is an advisor to the Vietnamese government on blockchain technology. So, and these are just the 4 board directors. It's just mind-blowing. I've never seen, by far, the highest caliber team in the crypto space, or of any sort of company or opportunity that I've come across, especially an opportunity that gives you a chance to be a part of. Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and also as well, part of the vision to bring the balance to the world and between the people, so that everybody is equal, as you know, as we all are, when in the soul of each other. So what I love about it as well is it's a whole process on its own. It's totally individual. It's its own ecosystem, its own blockchain, and its own method of transaction.
Yeah.
And that sets it apart as well, because it can do, can't it, 6-second transactions, rather than the 10 minutes plus of Bitcoin and other altcoins in the traditional form of mining. So it's a whole thing is going a step forward to the new paradigm. It is the new paradigm in money. Yeah.
Like, and the good thing to note is the technology is already in place. So a lot of people tend to think, because it's not launched to the public yet, that it's an ICO or it's just an idea. Because a lot of ICOs, before they launch to the public, they're just ideas. They're just trying to raise the funds to do it. Well, with this, it's not an ICO. The technology is already in place. It was self-funded at the beginning. It was self-funded from the founders, from the people that jumped on board. And the blockchain now has been in place since March 2017. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies that are on the market now. Most of them don't even have their own blockchain. So I think there's around 1,500 cryptocurrencies on the market today. Obviously, they're not all currencies. A lot of them are different projects. They offer different purposes, but there's only a handful that actually have their own blockchain technology, and Dascoin is one of them. And because of the way it is structured in the ecosystem, like Shona was saying, the way that it's done makes it vastly more efficient and effective than other blockchains out there, because it's faster. It's 6-second transaction time, so it's actually faster than Visa and MasterCard. And the transactions per second is over 100,000 transactions per second, which is also, again, higher than Visa and MasterCard. Now, the way I look at it, for a cryptocurrency to go mainstream and for people to actually want to use it, it's got to be better than the current system already. So if a cryptocurrency is slower than Visa or MasterCard, people aren't going to use it, because even if it takes minutes, like Bitcoin can take hours for a transaction to go through, for example, it's got to be better. So the fact that the blockchain, the technology is already in place for it to scale to mass adoption is exciting. And yeah, like Shona was saying, the ecosystem, what an ecosystem means, it means it don't need a third party, anybody outside, to make it thrive. Everything works within the ecosystem. So that's the exciting thing. That's what Anna Hiker said as well, that she likes about the companies, because it's a lot of different companies that in one, and they're all interlinked, all working together for the same goal. And as they work together and as the network grows, so will the price of the store of value, and the store of value in the ecosystem is Dascoin.
Yeah, and that's what's so awesome about it as well. And also as well, another aspect of it is that the creator of Apple's involved in it, and with that comes their own form of like Apple Pay, which is known as DasPay. And again, I mean, that virtually removes the need to even take it out into a bank, doesn't it? Because you can just pay with the phone over a terminal without even withdrawing anything, can't you?
Yeah, so a couple of the other people that are behind it, one of them is Blair Baker. So Blair Baker was 20 years a Wall Street banker, 4 years a central banker. He edited the Central Banking magazine. He pioneered the Chinese currency into the financial markets. But if that weren't enough, he basically co-founded what was the world's largest currency trading platform, which he ended up, at the time when he sold it on, it was the world's largest, sold that on for gazillions. Now, he brought on Brian Semke, because Brian Semke was actually trying to get Blair Baker to come to Carter Worldwide. So Blair Baker introduced Brian Semke to Dascoin. Now, Brian Semke, like I said, he's the founder, CEO of Carter Worldwide. Carter Worldwide are the #1 payment solution company in the world. So they're behind the payment solutions, like the contactless payment solutions for Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay. They Vodafone Wallet, which is similar to Apple Pay with the mobile payment solution, Uber, banks all around the world. So when it comes to payment solutions, whether that be contactless, mobile, Carter Worldwide are the go-to people for that, and they're the ones that are working on DasPay right now. And DasPay has been being worked on for the past 2.5 years. So this, again, it's not just an idea. This is something that is already in place. I was on a webcast about 2 weeks ago now. Dascoin do a weekly webcast where they give you updates. Brian Semke came on, he was a special guest, and he said DasPay's on track. And one of the other things they're excited about, apart from DasPay, he said, yeah, DasPay's the first deliverable. We're excited about that. From day one, DasPay will allow everybody to spend Dascoin anywhere in the world that accepts Visa and MasterCard. So that's over 60 million merchants worldwide. You will be able to tap with your phone and pay. Doesn't require any change to POS terminals. the merchant won't even know you're paying with Dascoin because they're going to be receiving local fiat currency. Okay, so how it works is, let's say you're buying a coffee for £2, you're in England. Let's say, for example, Dascoin, when it launches to the public exchange, DasPay, let's just say, for example, Dascoin is £2, one Dascoin. When you go and pay with your coffee, it's going to ping the exchange to see how much Dascoin's worth, £2, okay. Then it's going to sell your one Dascoin for you and then pay that in the currency within a split second. So that's exciting. And for the terminals that don't have tap and pay, there'll also be a card, or if you just prefer to use card, then you'll be able to use card as well. And as I was saying, another exciting thing is Carter Worldwide are going to be using the Dascoin blockchain, not but for their own company. They're going to be using Dascoin's blockchain to create applications for their existing client base. Now, what does this mean? Well, some of their client base are top-end, high-end companies, high-end banks. But the thing where I'm thinking when I was doing my due diligence is, if Carter Worldwide have said that they are using the Dascoin blockchain, that means that the Dascoin blockchain has been confirmed and been verified by the #1 payment solution company in the world. Now, I'm no technical guru. I can't analyze a blockchain. I don't know whether to verify it to see if it was real, but I do know that Carter Worldwide do know that. So as we were saying with the 6-second transaction time, the scalability of it, the technology that's in place, that's been proven and it's real. So that's awesome.
Absolutely awesome. Sorry, I'm just enjoying for this, as you can tell. But yeah, I mean, you can tell the intricacy of the whole vision and the careful application and the thought processes and the love and everything that's gone into making sure that it's functioning and working and has a value to it and everything, even before it goes out there live to the public.
Yeah.
What's so different and so amazing, I think, about it as well. And wasn't it true as well that they went to a magazine called Millionaire Asia just for a page advert or 2-page advert?
Yeah.
And obviously this magazine doesn't do anything or publish anything without doing the due diligence, as we've talked about. And they came and spoke to Michael and some of the directors and was so impressed by the vision, some of which is still not known.
Yeah.
But they did a whole 24-page editorial instead of a 2-page advert. Now that says it all as well, doesn't it? Really?
Because that was the first thing. One of the first things I read as part of my due diligence. So I recommend anyone watching this, you can get your hands on a digital copy. So speak to Shona, she'll give you the link and you can just read through this magazine. Now, just to give you an idea, Millionaire Asia are one of the most respected business publications in the world altogether. They have a readership of over 140,000 millionaires in Asia. Now, with Millionaire Asia, you know, like they say, like people that can afford them don't watch TV. Well, the places where they advertise is in the Millionaire Asia. So if you have a look at Millionaire Asia and some of their advertising clients, you're talking like Bentley, the BBC, big airline companies. So you're talking a lot of credibility. Now, like Shona said, for them to put 24-page editorial front and back cover, they've got to do a lot of due diligence to do that, because any wrong association, imagine if they'd done that and advertised and their readers maybe got involved in Dascoin and put money in Dascoin, which they would have, then imagine then if it ended up just not working out or anything, that's not could ruin the business. So like she said, they've flown their editors out, they've done full due diligence, interviewed all the team, and they was that impressed. So yeah, I definitely recommend as part of your due diligence to read through the magazine. And it's just so well written. And you might not understand it all at first. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first read it, I didn't understand everything, because Dascoin is so different to anything else, because it's an ecosystem, loads of different companies, and they're not just working on the individual level. They're going to be having customers that, like, governments. This is where the level that they're aiming is, like, in financial institutions, big businesses, individuals. So there's going to be products and services on whole different levels on a global basis. So some of the stuff you might not understand, but as you go along, it's something where you learn as you go along.
Definitely do. Yeah, because it's such a big vision, such a big idea, and as I say, it's still not all of it is even known yet. And that's the mind and the heart of Michael, isn't it? How big that is. And another thing as well that I like about it is the level of security as well that it has, because we always hear stories around the blockchain, around Bitcoin, of issues with, compliance or corruption stuff going on and what have you. With Dascoin, that's got wonderful top security that is out there. It has a validator that goes with your account, so it knows that it's you, and proper KYC compliance regulations that are coming in. It meets all those as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's exciting, because we've seen it recently in the news, in the media, about regulations coming in. There's meetings going on all around the world in every different country, trying to figure out what regulations are going to be put in place. All exchanges are being regulated, so that you have to have a KYC process on the exchange. The exchanges that don't will get shut down. So the regulations are coming in. It's just only a matter of time until they fully get put in. But what Dascoin have done, and Michael's vision, Michael's seen this at the beginning. He didn't just see this now when they're bringing regulations in. What some cryptocurrencies are doing, they're thinking short term. They're not thinking about being around here decades. So they react. So they wait until regulations come in, and then they'll try and put things in place. Whereas this has already been foreseen, and that's how they originally set up the ecosystem, to be fully compliant with emerging regulations. So like Shona said, everyone has to be KYC'd. That's know your client, know your customer. So that's like your proof of ID and picture ID, and a proof of address. And this puts us in place, so when the regulations does come in, Dascoin are not only not going to be effective, but if anything, they're going to thrive. Because when regulations come in, that's where people are going to be putting the money, is in the cryptocurrencies that are regulated, that are compliant, because the other ones might be affected negatively. So that's exciting. Don't get me wrong, I would love it if you could have a cryptocurrency where it didn't have to be, and we're all completely free, away from the banks, away from the governments. But we've got to be realistic. It's not going to happen. And to believe that it's got to fit with the existing system, and if you don't think that, then that's just being naive. So that's a good thing. And yeah, the validator. The important thing about the validator is, because blockchain is the most secure way of storing and exchanging value, but some of the wallets and exchanges which the coins are actually held in aren't. So people have had millions of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies stolen through unsecure exchanges and wallets. Now, what this validator does, so it's mandatory, you don't have a choice, you have to have the validator. So I know you can get validators for other cryptocurrencies, but it's not a mandatory thing. So let's say, for example, someone hacked into my wallet account, they wouldn't be able to do anything. You'll just be able to have a look, because every transaction within the ecosystem has to be confirmed on the validator. Now, the validator's just a hardware security device. So it's actually a nano ledger S. So Dascoin partnered with Ledger. Ledger are probably the world's leading hardware device company, and they've created a customized one for Dascoin. So you can have Dascoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Ripple. So you can have other cryptocurrencies there as well. And yeah, that's exciting. So that means you don't have to worry about having your funds robbed. Everything has to be confirmed. So the combination of the KYC and the combination of the validator makes Dascoin the world's most secure digital platform in the world. And just to note on that, because I get asked this question, so what about when it goes to the public exchanges? Well, you need a validator. Well, if you're on a public exchange, on a different public exchange, no. But if you want to be in the ecosystem and have access to the Dascoin web wallet and have access to all the other benefits in the ecosystem, you need the validator here. Then let's say you was to go on a public exchange, let's just say Binance, and you bought Dascoin on there, you wouldn't need the validator, because that's just part of that Binance. But if you want to transfer your Dascoin into the ecosystem or be a part of the ecosystem, then you do need a validator within that.
Great. Yeah. I mean, cryptocurrency right from the start of its journey has been probably the most exciting thing to come into being since the internet. And thank goodness for the internet, otherwise you wouldn't even be able to do this talk, would we? So, and you know, although Bitcoin has been the leader for a long time, even the big names like Richard Branson have said that at some point there will be something that has more than Bitcoin. To me, that is Dascoin. I believe that it can go further than Bitcoin, very much so, because of its speed. It's going to be attractive to business. It's, you know, there's no way somebody isn't going to say no to a 6-second transaction over a 10-minute plus one, really, is there? And this, to me, is the future of cryptocurrency. It's taking it to that next level, that next new paradigm level. And, you know, as soon as I saw the CEO, Michael Matthias, and heard him talking about it and saw and connected with him, I saw the higher consciousness of him and what he is actually grounding. And that, to me, is, you know, it just overjoyed me. As I said, my heart just went boom, and it was, I just had to be involved, and I just have to share it. There's no way one cannot share it once they see how amazing it is. Yeah,
that's what I think. Like, once you get something, once you find something that just excites you, like this does, I don't know why you wouldn't want to share it with everyone. So that's my goal. I think we found something very special there. Like Shona said, Bitcoin's a pioneer. Bitcoin has changed the nature of money, not just money, but the underlying technology of Bitcoin blockchain is going to change the world. And it's in the very early stages now. It's like with the internet, the people that were the early pioneers of the internet, they're all millionaires still now. A friend of mine, his dad is multi-millionaire from the early internet days, and all he done was bought domain names. And he's still got some now that are worth millions. So then you're laughing, but there's a thing called the iteration of innovation, and that means for every successful pioneering brand, there's always a more successful innovator, because what they do is they use hindsight and they look at the market and they build on the strengths of other competitors, and then they remove the weaknesses. And that's what happens. It's like Nokia and Motorola and BlackBerry all gave way to Apple. MySpace gave way to Facebook. Yahoo gave way to Google. And that's what the pioneering brand is, Bitcoin. But we believe Dascoin digital asset system will be the pioneering, more successful innovator of cryptocurrency. And it's exciting.
Very exciting. Oh, wow. It's been fabulous actually sharing this wonderful opportunity that, you know, is coming to the world at the end of next month with you today, Dale, and sharing it with all those that have come to watch. And obviously both of us are available to anybody who wants to come and talk to us about it and get more information about it. Though I think we've been quite given a lot of it here, but but if you want to know even more, do come and talk to us, and we'll be delighted to assist you going forward.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch, and thank you very much for taking the time to be with me to share the opportunity, Dale. It's been lovely talking to you.
My pleasure.